first thing I'm feeling is tired. It was an extremely tough and competitive 90 minutes, but I'm absolutely delighted by the effort of the players, the discipline of the players, the work rate of the players, and the attitude for 90 minutes. I thought the team did an absolutely fantastic job tonight.
As always, please use the raise your hand function. I'll go to Vince Regari first up.
Thanks, Anne. Tom, you would have seen some great goals as Matildas coach over the years, but where does Kyra's rank for you?
Yeah, look, it's up there. I mean, that just shows how much quality and ability she has, and vision. I mean, it's a real class goal because, you know, she got herself in a position where she could have sort of taken it forward, but she spotted the goalkeeper off the line and finished perfectly. It was certainly not. In fact, it was a very difficult finish, and that just shows some of the class that Kyra has. So, yeah, one of the great goals.
Follow up, Vince?
Yeah, and just to follow up on that, yeah, how excited do you think Australians should be with Kyra? The fact she's playing her 50th cap tonight at such a young age. A lot of the hype seems to go to the more forward attacking players. But yeah, for you, is Kyra the kind of player who can really be the backbone of this team for a long time to come?
Look, she'll certainly be a very important player for us in midfield because she's got all the qualities of a midfield player that you want at this level. She's comfortable in possession, she can dribble, she can pass with both feet, she can long passes, short passes, she's comfortable on the ball. So it's just a question of her continuing to develop and continuing to mature, and she's going to be she is on her way to being a world-class player.
Erin, followed by Luke.
Thanks, Tom. Vince stole my question.
Well, that's it. You need to go home. Somebody steals your question, you need to go home, Erin.
Are you able to talk a bit about, I guess, what's next for the Matildas and what you saw from this camp and what you want to work on at the next window?
Well, I think the thing we saw tonight, and we talked about it going into this game, is that we wanted to see the Matildas. That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see a team that looked like what we want the Matildas to be and what we feel the Matildas is about. I think, when I looked at the first game against Switzerland, I thought we were a little bit passive. But I looked at this game tonight and that kind of started showing the foundation of what we want to build from, and as I say, what the Matildas are, and that's that ability to compete for 90 minutes mixed in with some real quality attacking football. And hopefully this gives us the confidence and the impetus to go forward from here and really start to, as I said before, we're looking at this is the start of our preparation for the Asian Cup, so hopefully this is a great foundation to start from now.
Follow up, Erin?
And going into the camp, you mentioned that the Matildas were feeling a bit low. How big is this win for them, I guess, especially in light of what happened at the Olympics?
Huge. I think it restores confidence again. It restores confidence in individual players, it restores confidence in the team, and it brings that belief back. And it wasn't just so much about the result tonight, because Germany are a fabulous side, and we were under some considerable pressure. But I think the great thing tonight is that we showed that character and that determination, because we feel we've got footballers who can play good football. But tonight, we didn't get an opportunity to play an awful lot of good football, but we hung in and we showed a great deal of determination and drive.
Luke, followed by Marco.
Thanks, Anne. Tom, can you just give us an update on Michelle Heyman and Katrina Gorry? Were they tactical substitutions? Were they load management? Were they injuries?
Yeah. Well, like Michelle Heyman, Michelle hasn't played a game for probably, I don't know how many months, and she's just back in pre-season with Canberra United for the W League coming up. So for Michelle, basically, and the way that we played and the way we had to play, it was a real hard slog for whoever was our number 9 tonight. So that was just a case of putting fresh legs on. With regard to Katrina Gorry, look, Katrina's had a little bit of a cough and her health has just not been quite 100%. So in a game like this, with this intensity, it was just wise to be cautious with us. But it was also, I think, at the stage of the game where someone with Emily Van Egmon's creative ability was going to get a bit more time and a bit more space, and that would have given us more attacking opportunities. So partly it was to, preserve Minnie's health, but partly it was a tactical substitution to give us a little bit more forward passing in midfield.
Also, with Sam not there, Caitlin's had to play centrally a lot more over the course of the last 12 months. And she also, I think we saw tonight, offers so much defensively out wide as well and as an outlet. What's your take on sort of where she might be best suited to this side?
Anywhere. Anywhere is the answer to that. She's just a complete player. She is an absolute machine. Physically, she's a machine. Football-wise now, she's strong, tenacious, clever, and she can play anywhere. Tonight she probably played in at least 3 different positions tonight. She played wide on the left, she played wide on the right, she played up front, and Caitlin's the kind of player that can play anywhere.
Marco.
G'day, Tom. How's Caitlin Torpy? How bad's the injury?
I don't know yet, but it's a hamstring injury. She felt it tight sort of early on in the game, but she felt she could go on, and then she lasted, I think, another 10 or 15 minutes. I don't have the prognosis yet. Obviously, I haven't had a chance to be in the dressing room. I haven't had a chance to get a debrief from our medical team. Hopefully, it's not too bad. And unfortunately, for Tops, is that her season has virtually come to an end. So it gives her a bit of time to recover. So yeah, I don't have an update at the moment.
And mate, when you made that change, you brought on a striker. Was that going to be the plan later in the game, and you decided just to do it then?
What was that? Was that when I brought Michelle on?
Yeah.
I've got to think back. You're testing me here, but you've got to remember I'm getting on a bit. I don't remember that far back. Yeah, what we felt was because when we made that change, we changed the system slightly, and because of the way that Germany pressed, we felt that having an out-and-out target number 9 like Michelle is, that would have given us potentially a better out of their high press. So it was a combination of a little bit of a change of system, but also getting an out-and-out number 9 or centre forward in there that we felt could hold the ball up for us a little bit better.
We've got time for 3 more questions. Erin.
Thanks, Sam. Tom, obviously your first full camp back in as the interim coach. How have you found it? Have you enjoyed it?
So there's been some very difficult staff, particularly in the media department, to deal with. But outside of that, everybody's been good. We've had a terrific camp. It's been really good. You can't beat being away with a team, particularly when it's an international team and you're together 24/7 and you're travelling and you're in the mix with staff and players all day. So I'm really enjoying being in that environment again. And as I say, coming out with a draw and a win obviously makes life a lot better and makes the camp a lot more fun.
We'll go to Vince, and the final question will go to Luke.
Yeah, very good. So I just wanted to ask, do you know if you'll be back for the next game? So has there been a discussion around
No, there's not been any discussion. I would suggest, and this is only, I honestly don't know, I would suggest with them coming up fairly quickly, unless the FA have someone, virtually ready to go and ready to come into place now, I would suggest it would be more than likely that I'll still be in charge for the next the next games, the next window.
And finally, Luke Doherty.
And Tom, I think Mary probably had more touches in the first 10 minutes than she had the whole game against Switzerland. Can you just take us through post-Switzerland conversations with her, the team, also, with what we spoke about the other day?
Well, we spoke about a couple of things. No, Switzerland, in some ways, Switzerland did to us what we did to Germany tonight, and that was we defended in a really strong, tight block and defended quite deep. And Switzerland did the same to us the other night and did it very, very well, which made it difficult for our midfield players to get in possession. I think Mary got more touches tonight because of the way Germany played. They pressed very high, and that gave us an option to play out over the press. So we were able to actually play things into Mary's feet and start working from there. I think the second thing was obviously a change of position for Mary. Instead of playing her in midfield, we played her up front, and I thought she looked really comfortable up there and certainly contributed a lot to the game tonight.